Good evening, fans, and welcome to Taylor University and Turner Stadium for this evening's Crossroads League matchup between the St. Francis Cougars and your Taylor Trojans. Before we get started tonight, we'd like to take a couple of moments to honor our 6 seniors and their families for their contributions to the men's soccer program throughout their time here at Taylor. Over the last 4 years, the seniors have won 20 matches for the Purple and Gold and have won 13 here at Turner Stadium. These 6 seniors have helped the men's soccer team earn NAIA Scholar Athlete team recognition each of the past 4 years for their work on the field and in the classroom. Our first senior is Drew Cesnov. Drew is joined tonight by his parents Tim and Jen, and he's set to graduate in May with a sports management degree and plans to pursue a career in sports, either working for a professional sports organization or an athletic department. Cesnov has played an important role as a goalkeeper for the Trojans and has garnered 20 starts and 27 appearances while grabbing 75 career saves and producing 4 shutouts. Cesnov displayed his hard work and determination on both the pitch and in the classroom by being selected as the Crossroads League Defender of the Week after a shutout of then number 5 West Virginia Tech, and also was selected to the COSIDA Academic All-District 2 First Team, NAIA Scholar Athlete, and Academic All-Crossroads League teams. Let's give a nice round of applause to Drew Cesnov. Our next senior is Juan Alberghetti. Juan is joined tonight by his close friends Hubert and Sarah Harriman, and he plans to graduate in May with a degree in management. During his career at Taylor, Alberghetti has played a vital role in the midfield and has started 29 matches while playing in 45 contests and has also been involved in 9 shutouts. Juan's positive attitude and relentless work ethic has been influential in the program. Let's give a nice round of applause to Juan Alberghetti. Our next senior is Jeremiah Rader. Jeremiah is joined tonight by his parents David and Michelle. He is set to graduate in May with an accounting degree and plans to begin work as an accountant or financial advisor. Rader has served as a team captain this season and will make his 60th career start tonight. During his time at Taylor, Rader has picked up 13 goals, 11 assists, and 2 game-winning netters from his midfield position, including his winner earlier this week over Marion, while earning NAIA Scholar Athlete and Academic All-Crossroads League honors for his work in the classroom. The team captain has been a key cog for the Trojan attack once again this season with 3 goals, 2 game winners, and 7 points. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremiah Rader. Our next senior is Andrew Johnson. Andrew is joined tonight by his father, Kevin, and is set to graduate in May with a marketing degree and plans to find a job after graduation. Johnson's been a vital piece for the Taylor men's soccer program over the last 4 years by starting in 61 matches and making 64 appearances overall, and has scored 3 career goals and dished out 4 assists. Johnson has shown hard work not only on the pitch, but in the classroom as well, as he was an NAIA Scholar Athlete and Academic All-Crossroads League selection last season. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a nice round of applause to Andrew Johnson. Our next senior is Paul Eganoff. Paul is joined tonight by his parents, Daniel and Jan, and is set to graduate this December with an accounting degree and plans to get married and move to Charlotte, North Carolina to begin a job as a staff consultant at Ernst & Young after graduation. Eganoff has seen playing time in 33 matches as a defender for Taylor and has helped produce 13 shutouts during his time in uniform for the Purple and Gold and has scored 1 goal. Eganoff has proven to be a hard worker and a good teammate. Let's give a nice round of applause to Paul Eganoff. Our final senior is Charbel Sulaco. Charbel is joined tonight by his girlfriend Sarah and her parents Sheridan and Rita Byland, and he is set to graduate in May with a degree in management and marketing and plans to begin a career in Fort Wayne working as a brand management associate after graduation. Taylor's fierce defender has proven his hard work and durability in a TU uniform over his career by starting 30 matches and appearing in 33, and has notched 2 goals and 1 assist to illustrate his dynamic role on the field for the Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, Charbel Sulaco. Fans, let's hear it one more time for our Trojan seniors. The Taylor Athletic Department would like to thank our corporate partners, Optimum Performance Sports, BSN Sports, Edward Jones, Ivanhoe's, Maddox Family Dental Center, Marion General Hospital, and the Taylor Campus Store and Tree of Life bookstores, as well as our season partner, Greek's Pizzeria, for their continued support of Taylor Athletics. As a Champions of Character institution, Taylor University asks each of you to embrace the NAIA's 5 core character values of respect, integrity, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership to create a positive environment throughout this evening's competition. And now here are the starting lineups for this evening's contest. First for the visitors from St. Francis. Number 00, Brandon Kahn. Number 4, Juan Franco. Number 6, Lucas Tricosis. Number 8, Ethan Vigario. Number 10, Fernando Romo. Number 14, Julian Colantonio. Number 16, Peyton Smalley. Number 18, Nate Conder. Number 19, Alex Sanderson. Number 21, Trent Taylor. And number 30, Michael McClellan. The Cougars are coached by Mitch Ellison. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. Number 0, Luke Williams. Number 2, Josiah Whelan. Number 3, Peter Lynn. Number 5, Juan Alberghetti. Number 6, James McBride. Number 7, Jeremiah Rader. Number 8, Andrew Johnson. Number 12, Alex Gallup. Number 18, Cole Gilliam. Number 19, Michael Maloney. And number 26, Charbel Sulaco. The Trojans are coached by Gary Ross. Fans, at this time, we ask that you stand if you are able, and gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome here to Turner Stadium here on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's Crossroads League men's soccer matchup between the Taylor University Trojans and the St. Francis Cougars. A big match for TU after their 1-0 double overtime win over Marion on Wednesday. They come in 4-7-1, 1-3-1 in the Crossroads League with 4 points, but with a win tonight and 2 losses by the 2 teams that are currently tied for 4th, Bethel and Marion, who have 6. The Trojans could find them alone in 4th place after starting play this week in dead last in the Crossroads League. The Trojans will go from left to right here to start here on senior night as Andrew Johnson sidesteps away from Fernando Romo. He'll play it into Jeremiah Rader, top of the box, goes off of his heel, trying to circle back, and then St. Francis will kick it into their own goal. Rader was right there. He'll get the credit for it. And less than a minute into this match tonight, Jeremiah Rader has given Taylor a 1-0 lead. So after he got the game winner on Wednesday, here come the students across from us. They're clad in black. They want to come party with the Taylor players across from us. And so we get exactly 52 seconds, or excuse me, we get 32 seconds, excuse me, I'll get it right eventually, 32 seconds into play tonight. So 32 seconds in, Jeremiah Rader gets his 2nd goal in as many games. He now has 4 this season, and Taylor takes a much-needed 1-0 lead over St. Francis, who comes in off of a double overtime tie against Huntington. Johnson to Lynn. And then Tracosas will kick it out of bounds, and Taylor will throw it in. And immediately a sub comes in here for USF. It is Juan Bukaram. He comes in to replace Peyton Smalley. So 32 seconds into the match tonight, Jeremiah Rader has given TU a 1-0 lead. A 2nd goal in as many matches, and Taylor, again, with a win tonight, has an opportunity to vault from a tie for currently 8th place in the league. They were 10th and dead last when Wednesday started. And with a win tonight and a couple other losses going their way, the Trojans could find themselves from out of the playoff race to one of the teams that could host a first-round tournament game. Lynn on the near side. This one kicked out of bounds by Nate Conder. Ball played into the end line. Rader trying to step on through. Johnson to Alberghetti into Sulaco. Then back to Johnson near sideline. Taylor going from left to right in white with the purple stripes horizontally on the uniform, purple numbers. St. Francis in black jerseys and black shorts with blue stripes. Their numbers and letters are in white. A matchup of 2 teams tonight that have been outscored by their opponents on the year coming in. Taylor have been outscored 20-15. And St. Francis came in being outscored 30-15 into tonight before tonight started. Johnson intercepts a pass on the near side on his senior night as the Taylor men's soccer team closes out the homecoming festivities here outside. The Michael W. Smith concert will wrap up the entire homecoming festivities tonight inside the Taylor Student Center. Solaka will right foot one across from us to Michael Maloney on the far sideline. This game was moved up an hour to allow people to go to both soccer tonight and to the concert later this evening. 1-0 the Taylor lead on the Jeremiah Rader tally. 32 seconds into the game tonight. Maloney right foots one in deep. Wheeland. St. Francis calls for an offside, and they get one. St. Francis plays it back to their keeper. That's Braden Kahn, who started all 13 of their games this evening, or this season, I should say. 3-5-3 overall is his record. Gallup back to Sulaco. Again, Taylor up 1-0 on the Jeremiah Rader tally, 32 seconds into tonight's action. Johnson will play a long ball to the speedy Josiah Whelan. He gets shoved from behind, and there's a foul against USF. It'll stay here with Taylor. So Rader will take this free kick from the near side of the field. Raiders left-handed in the air, right foot into the ball. A low-end swinger. Gilliam knocks it down, but here comes USF sprinting out of their box. Rader steps in. He'll hold it in. Looking for help. He'll curl one around to Andrew Johnson. Overruns. He gets it back top of the box. His shot blocked. There's James McBride holding on the near side of the field. It's poked away from him, and now USF will try to scamper up the field with Juan Bucaram, excuse me. So a Jeremiah Rader goal, his second in as many games and his fourth this season, has put Taylor up 1-0, just 32 seconds into tonight's action. Sanderson holds in the middle. He'll right foot one in deep. McClellan chested it forward, now gets it back. This one ricochets off the side of Gallup's noggin. And then Maloney will clear it up to Rader. Rader back to Maloney. Missed and played out, and USF will throw it in. USF going from right to left. They have yet to get a shot off here tonight. Taylor's first shot found the back of the net by Rader. USF wanted a sub, but the Cougars will throw it in too quickly on the far side to get that sub in, and Sanderson will hold it in here for USF. It's stolen by Alberghetti of Taylor, up to McBride. He's got pressure coming from behind. He'll play a ball into Josiah Whelan. He waits for reinforcements. Whelan might try to take it himself. Edge of the box, left side. He'll dance with it to his right. He'll lay it back too far off target for Jeremiah Rader, and Alex Sanderson will take it away for USF. Sanderson will carry on the near side for USF. Make that Condor, excuse me. Johnson takes it away from Romo. And now to his teammate Peterlin for Taylor. Sulaco back there in the defensive half. And Maloney will move in. Back to Alberghetti. Senior night here for the 6 Taylor seniors. Johnson, Rader, Alberghetti, Sulaco, Sesnoff, and Eganoff. The Taylor 6 seniors honored before tonight's contest. Maloney left sideline. He'll move into his right. Tried to pass it, a hot one through to Whelan. It goes off of his knee. Alberghetti steps in across midfield and will hold it in for TU as they attack the goal to our left, up 1-0 on the Raider tally before everyone got into their seats completely. Pass behind Gilliam. Whelan will step there and play it on back to Alberghetti. Will dump far side to Maloney. Now Maloney in. Right foot one. Gilliam trying to get there on the backside. Pass was too short for him. Easily snagged by the keeper, Kahn, and he'll roll it out to the near side of the field. Rader boxes out McClellan. And then McClellan will just take him down by the waist. No foul called. The Taylor students across from us wanted a whistle. Begario back to Condor. A cool night here in Upland, Indiana. Temperatures in the high 40s as play begins this evening. But once that sun goes down here in a little bit, it will get quite chilly. Salaka will move from the defensive half for Taylor as the Trojans go from left to right. And then Salaka will bash it over to Gallup on the left side of the field. Across midfield, the pass goes to Maloney, now to McBride. He'll dance it in, it's taken away from him. Maloney looking for someone to throw it into. Raider will move and then dump it right back to him on the far sideline. Maloney was unable to hold it in. And now USF will throw it in, but not before. They're able to bring number 12, Jacob Woodruff, in off the bench. He replaces Fernando Romo.
Jacob Woodruff.
Sanderson will control it here for St. Francis. They go from right to left in black, trailing Taylor 1-0. With a win and a couple losses tonight for the Trojans, TU could find themselves in 4th place in the Crossroads League standings after starting the week in dead last. Johnson, a little one-touch to Lynn, who tried to pop it up to Gilliam. USF holds it in on the carom. Salaka moving forward. McClellan has the ball at his feet. Salaka will dump it to the near sideline, and this one goes out. USF holding it in here on the throw-in. Moving forward is Vigario. Deflects it off of Lynn and out of play. USF will throw it in once again. Lynn rotates over that right shoulder. Pass in the space too far for Whelan to get to. And USF will try to hold it in. Gilliam throws a right leg in front of a pass. Now Taylor will try to carry the other way. Lynn to Whelan. Turns over and lays it on back to Johnson. Salako to Alberghetti. Then back to Gallup. All the way crossfield near side to Andrew Johnson. Almost 33 and a half minutes left to go in the second half. Long pass from Johnson, too far for Gilliam. Driven out of there by Juan Franco Lopez. Tracosas, a pass to the middle in Vigario. Then Franco back to the middle again, and then a long pass up from USF that Johnson easily intercepts. Heads it right down to Gilliam. Boxing out the pestering defender behind him. Slips and able to get the ball off to the speedy Whelan. He's got McClellan on his back hip, and that forces Whelan to hit the brakes. Back to Johnson at tight quarters. We'll pass it around and find Salako. Now left side, Gallup. And out of the far sideline in Maloney. Maloney through one defender, trying to get away from the second. Tried to slice one on through to Gilliam, could not find him. Franco jogging with it, moving people forward. His bouncing pass volleyed back away where it came from by Andrew Johnson. Gilliam tried to get to it. It bounces out before he could snag it. And Nate Condor will throw it in for USF as we approach 32 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Taylor up 1-0 over St. Francis as Salako boxes out McClellan, and this one rolls out of play across the end line. It sets up a Luke Williams goal kick. Williams will right foot one to Salako. Now to Alberghetti. And then all the way crossfield to Maloney. Taylor attacking the goal to our right. They have the only 2 shots tonight, and their first shot on goal found its way into the back of the net 32 seconds after the opening whistle by Jeremiah Rader. Gilliam back to the near side. Johnson taken down outside the box. The Trojans look for a foul. And they will not get one, but they will get a corner kick out of that run from Johnson. First corner of the night, and Paul McBride will take it from the near side of the field. Or James McBride, excuse me. Paul out tonight with a lower body injury. So both Rader and McBride stand over this one. James with a goal and 2 assists this year. Rader now 4 goals and an assist. Gets it back from McBride, back to him in tight quarters. McBride's cross goes off the side of a USF player's shoulder, back to the near side of the field. McBride trying to step away from the equally speedy McClellan. McBride back again, dancing with it. Now draws the eyes of 2 defenders, tries to slip on through and does, gets to the end line. He'll dump it back into Rader. Rader's left-footed centering ball to the backside, cleared away after a great individual effort by Paul McBride. By James McBride, excuse me. Normally we see Paul the one dancing with it, but he's out tonight, and so James is picked up where brother Paul has left off and was dancing with it on the near sideline and almost was able to get Taylor up 2-0. Johnson, a 2-arm heave. Headed out of there by USF. Alberghetti will hold it back into the box. Gallup tracking it. Was he onside? And he will collide with the goalie Khan, who leapt in for the bouncing ball. And Gallup will whistle for the second offside against Taylor tonight. Luke Holwerda getting loose. He's now at the midfield stripe, ready to come at the next dead ball. And it looks to be coming up right here as USF kicks that pass deep all the way to the end line. And here comes Luke Holwerda, the freshman. Luke has been whistled in. I don't think he's noticed it yet. And now he does. He replaces Cole Gilliam.
For Taylor, number 10, Luke Holwerda.
Just past 15 minutes gone here at half number 1. TU on top 1-0 on the Raider tally here on senior night. James McBride will dump it into Josiah Whelan. Good first touch there from Whelan. Beats the brakes off the defender. Trying to work it back up top to Lynn. His pass, though his foot might have gotten caught on the turf, and that's why the ball didn't get there as quickly as he wanted to Lynn. Raider, long range rocket, high and above the crossbar. Raider, a fearless try right there. And now Sanderson will dribble forward out of the defensive half for St. Francis. Back to the near side and Franco. Long left-footed pass to the feet of Bukaram. McClellan dances away from Johnson. He works to the middle. McClellan's pass through, blocked. USF looking for a handball against either Salaka or Alberghetti. But the referees rule otherwise. Just getting a piece of his foot on the long pass was Bukaram. It goes out. And Taylor will have the goal kick with Luke Williams. Colin Barker ready to come in. Sprinting to the near side of the field is Bukaram. He wanted something sprayed or put down the front of his uniform. Thankfully for he and USF, Taylor was unable to make anything happen defensively or have Bukaram be out of the play. Everything back to normal, though. And a whistle called against Taylor. It's their first foul of the night. Great crowd here on hand to wrap up the homecoming side of things for athletics. Football earlier today, and tonight men's soccer against St. Francis from just up the road in Fort Wayne. McBride to Whelan, touching it back to Raider, intercepted by Sanderson, who's been all over the field here early on for St. Francis. Gallup steps in front, punching it up to Vigario. Colantonio. Back to Franco. Left foot from Franco to Bukaram. And up the near side of the field will be McClellan pushing it forward after the long pass. Back to the near side and Condor. Salako marks him. It goes off of Salako and out of bounds. And again, that one looked to be going close off of Salako's arm. That's what St. Francis is arguing. But either way, the deflection by Charbel goes across the end line, and this will be the first corner of the evening here for St. Francis. And Colin Barker will come in here for St. Francis before the USF corner.
Colin Barker.
He replaces Trent Taylor. And McClellan will play the corner from the near side. A right foot in swinger. Williams reads it, trying to punch it out there. Trying to one-touch it in, and then Lynn will clear it away. Whelan knocks it down, dumping back, and here comes Holwarda. A big dribble forward, and Holwarda has got wheels for days up the left side. He'll hit the brakes and pivot away. A right foot into space, and there's Peter Lynn all by his lonesome. Now to the near side, and Andrew Johnson, who trails the play. The senior from Pennsylvania moving to his left. Pass into the box, top there for Holwarda. Overran it, trying to work it forward, and a slide by Franco. Punches it away from harm for USF. Barker up the far sideline. Maloney throws that foot in there and punches and pokes it away. A pass all the way to the near side. Andrew Johnson heads it out of there for TU. Lynn trying to leap into the air. It hits the turf, and Lynn able to keep moving with it up the field. Back to Rader and Alberghetti. Rader near sideline to Johnson. Up to Holwarda. Over to Alberghetti. The Argentinian spins away from pressure and back to midfield and Rader. Now pressure comes from his left, applied by Jacob Woodruff, the reserve. Gallup, near side Salako to Alberghetti. Pressure again from behind by Bukaram. A 1-0 Taylor lead, almost 24 minutes remaining here at half number one. Our only goal was scored 32 seconds in by Jeremiah Rader. Salako, far side to McBride. Off of his chest and controlled by Barker of St. Francis. To Woodruff. Salako marking him. Woodruff hits the brakes and gets a little space. To the wide open near side of McClellan. Johnson sprints out to Markham. Between Johnson's legs, and he got just a piece of it on the inside of the thigh. That deflects the play there. And Holwarda up the near side to Whelan. One touch, Rader will scoop it up. He's got Whelan to his left. He'll play it all the way to the far side, actually down to the middle. And it was read there by Colantonio. Colantonio sidesteps Josiah Whelan of Taylor. And a long right-footed pass is chested down by Andrew Johnson. Touching it down, rolling back to his left, and he'll roll it all the way back into Gallup. James McBride left side. It's a Lynn. Double team comes. Whelan will sweep it into space. Lynn right there will punch it back to Alberghetti. Touched by Bukaram, and then it'll be Alberghetti all the way into the box. And Luke Williams. Salako to Alberghetti. Paul Eganoff ready to come in for Taylor at the next whistle. Maloney all the way to the other end of the field. Whelan got inside position, trying to keep it from going across the end line, then dribbles it out across the far sideline. This one out of bounds off of USF, and Maloney will throw it in for TU. Eganoff will come in before that.
For Taylor, number 20, Paul Eganoff.
And Paul will replace Josiah Whelan. Eganoff with the fresh legs on the left sideline. Fakes to his right, trying to work to his left in the end line. Passes between legs to McBride, who now turns into the box left side. McBride trying to thread it through to Holwarda. It's deflected back to Eganoff, trying to get to it before USF can, and it's taken away by Vigario of St. Francis. Raider will just shove the USF player out of the way and steal the ball right off his foot. Into space to the far side, and James McBride looking to cross. Left footer does. Raider trying to be the man to it. Sent out of there by the USF back line. Lynn will deflect it down to Alberghetti, who will volley near side to Holwarda. A one-touch in. Eganoff trying to shove his way through. Holwarda throws his toe in there. Try to pass to the cutting Raider, and a good slide tackle there by Franco of the St. Francis D. Alberghetti, long range. No, high and wide. Elmar Martinez in for USF, replacing Juan Bucaram.
Now in for St. Francis, number 22, Elmar Martinez.
So now USF will play out of the defensive half. They have just 2 shots the whole night. None on goal so far. And the Trojans lead 1-0 here with less than 20 minutes remaining in the opening half. Holwarda tried to run through a tackle, and it looks like they're going to get Alberghetti for the foul as he was playing from the turf. Free kick from St. Francis into the box, goes off of Sulaco's shoulder. Barker still controls, a long shot blocked by Sulaco, but deflects to the near side of McClellan. Wanting to turn over that left shoulder, trying to come back to his right. Will slip it into space here as Condor will race in. His centering ball headed out of there by Gallup of TU. Raider knocks it down to the near sideline. USF will hold it in once again with Condor. Vigario to the middle and Martinez. First time in a long time that USF has had a long possession here inside the offensive half, and they take a long-range shot that Luke Williams will easily save. Each team with 4 shots tonight. Taylor, though, the difference, their only goal, with the only goal so far by Jeremiah Raider. Raider spins away from trouble at midfield to the near side in the speedy freshman Holwarda. Johnson to Alberghetti. Make that Lynn, spins away. His pass tipped to try to bounce it to McBride, and a leaping, jumping header away by Tricosas is what kept McBride from a clear run on the weak side. Eganoff right foots it back to Sulaco. Into space, trying to connect with Gallup. Instead, it's intercepted by Colin Barker of St. Francis. To the middle and Sanderson. This one high in the air. Sulaco throws his head on it. Maloney will work it up to Alberghetti, who volleys it over the defender. Little punch on to McBride, who knocks it down with the left foot, now dribbles forward. Across midfield, 10 yards in, his pass goes off the back heels of Tricosas. Here comes the Trojan freshman Owen Hardy. He replaces his classmate McBride. And it looks like Owen Hardy, a fan favorite of the students across from us. They are very excited to see 4 and white check into tonight's contest for the first time. Gallup thought about passing it to the right. Now we'll just sweep it on back and give off to his chum Sulaco. Right-footed bomb as he's going to try to connect with Hardy left side. Hardy lets it take a high bounce. Back to Eganoff. Spins, and then to the far sideline it goes to Hardy, who can really move. Nice one move in to try to find Holwarda. A leaping header away by Franco. Raider knocks it down, top of the box. Into space, he finds Maloney left sideline. Maloney into the box with the right foot. Lynn leaping, and it's punched away by the keeper, Khan. Second time the Trojans have tried to find 3 and white tonight. They've gotten close to getting Lynn on the score sheet this evening. Peter with just 1 shot the whole year, but trying to hope his second one would result in his first goal of the year.
Number 13,
Vander Kolk comes in to replace Peter Lynn. So Lynn will have to wait for that scoring opportunity. as he gets a well-deserved breather on the bench. Johnson backs up and throws it in. Vanderkolk heads it back into the box, over the defense. Rader couldn't go to it since he knew he was offside. So just stood there still as a statue. And McClelland trying to work it forward for USF. Then Salako will just bash it deep. Eganoff tracking. Franco heads it on to the end line, and that one will be saved by the keeper, Kahn, from going out and resulting in a Taylor corner. Franco, a long pass. And running through a couple different tackle attempts is Alex Sanderson. His pass chested on a deflection by Salako. And Vanderkolk heads it down. Rader with a man on his back, hugging him around the waist. And Vigario called for the foul after giving Rader a hug. Each team with 2 fouls here so far tonight. Hardy slices a pass through to Eganoff. Now to Alberghetti. And then back to Gallup in the defensive half. Gallup, Salako, less than 15 to go here before halftime. And Salako in deep. Vanderkolk with a run. He'll cut behind Franco. Franco tried to clear it, goes off of his shin. Vanderkolk down, and he's whistled for an offside. Third offside against TU this evening. And here's the free kick for USF. Again, they will slowly play it from the defensive half of the field. Franco to McClellan. Spins away. Pass in the middle, back up to the top, takes a big deflection, and Williams will snag it up after it goes off the foot of Woodruff. Ball bouncing around, USF back to the keeper, Kahn. And then to Franco. Johnson goes off the top of his head. Chasing after it is Condor. Johnson trying to pivot away from the pesky Condor. He wraps the pass around up to Holwarda on the near sideline. Into space, Alberghetti shoves his way through it, bounces around off of Woodruff, and Rader will smoke this one deep to the far sideline. And now Hardy has to chase after the USF defenders. Long pass, Salako chesting it down with 12:50 remaining here in the second half. Sanderson and also Gramling fighting. Long range left-footed shot blocked by the backpedaling Gallup of TU. Then Eganoff collides with the USF player, and now the Trojans have a 3-on-3 break working. Eganoff will curl one all the way to the far side, and the fleet-footed Owen Hardy. Hardy knocks it down, setting up his defender. Maneuvering to his right. We'll send it back to the near side, and Holwarda heading it on to the frame. Eganoff trying to muscle his way through, but USF able to clear it out of the box. But then here's Andrew Johnson with other ideas. Up to Holwarda, to the end line, and Johnson measuring. Tried to center, and he faded away, and that one sails out across the end line for Taylor. A USF goal kick upcoming once again. And the whistle blows by our head official. And now USF will play it from the defensive half. A couple players going with gloves tonight. Juan Bucaram for USF, Hardy, and now Grayson Harris, who's down on the midfield stripe, ready to come in. Those gloves will probably be needed once we get after halftime when the sun really starts to set here. Condor played it off of Holwarda. USF to throw it in. 1-0 the Taylor lead as we approach 11 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Vanderkolk wanting to find Eganoff. Could not dial that one up. And then Martinez will dump it back in to Colantonio. McClellan trying to get away from Vanderkolk. A tackle attempt that McClellan keeps the ball at his feet. Now it's taken away, and Holwarda to Eganoff. Back away to Vanderkolk, who's wrestled to the turf by McClellan, and that's whistled for a foul. Third one by USF tonight. Each team with 1 shot on goal. Taylor with 6 shots in total, USF with 5. We have less than 10.5 minutes remaining before halftime. TU on top 1-0 over USF, trying to get a much-needed 3 points. And the potential, if the night would play their way, they could find themselves potentially in one of those top 4 spots in the Crossroads League standings. They went from outside of the playoffs into a tie for 8th with their win on Wednesday. And with a win tonight, they might find themselves in 4th. Which the top 4 teams host a first-round tournament game. Raider with the steal. Little dump off to Eganoff. Looking for help. And it comes in the form of Luke Holwarda to the near sideline. Back up front. Big run from Eganoff trying to get it to the end line. Able to center it. Goes off of Franco's feet of USF. And now he runs away from the tackle of Holwarda. Vanderkolk comes in. Franco gets it away just before the pass left. Franco down here on the near side, but play continues on the field across from us. And now the clock will stop with 9:01 to go here in the first half. Franco not happy with our head official. The St. Francis coaches talk things over with our head official. And they're not happy with them not stopping play with Franco down on the near side of the field. He's back to his feet and looks to be okay, which is a good sign. Alberghetti in the middle of the field, trying to let Holwarda go chase one, but it's knocked down and headed away by Condor of the USFD. Spinning is Sanderson. And then Hardy comes in and takes one away. Gallup to Maloney. Alberghetti. And now to Salaka. Long pass from the defensive half for TU. Held in by Vanderkolk, down to Holwarda. Wanted to work to the middle. Now we'll dump it back to the near side of Eganoff. Rotates and into space. Johnson trying to be the first one to it, and it's cleared away by Condor of USF. So Grayson Harris and Adam Siegelin come in for TU. Slam Schlegel and Graham Denny in for USF. Eganoff and Holwarda exit for the Trojans. McClelland and Barker off for the St. Francis Cougars. .738 and counting here in half one. Taylor up 1-0. Johnson heaving it in. Eganoff heads it to the backside, bouncing away, and Hardy will pounce on it. Maloney, little touch off of Hardy's foot to the end line, centering left-footed ball. Headed out of there by USF. Raider trying to hold it in at the top of the box. Takes a big carom off of his knee. And then St. Francis will try to clear. Salako back into the box, and Luke Williams. Gallup gets away from trouble. Harris trying to touch it on to Hardy. Hardy uses his speed. He's shoved down going after it. Taylor students want for a foul. It will not come. So students will bang on their noisemakers, blow on their vuvuzelas in frustration. Franco to Martinez, then back to Franco. Sanderson to the far side of the field, and Woodruff. He carries to the middle. Vanderkolk applies pressure from behind, makes him turn it over. Siegel in with it. That one goes down to Andrew Johnson. Johnson to Rader, then quick pass back to Sulaco. 6 minutes remaining before halftime. Jeremiah Rader, our only goal scored, came 32 seconds in to play tonight. Franco back on the near sideline. To the far side of the field, and Colantonio. Taylor has outshot St. Francis by 1 tonight, 6-5. Each team with 1 shot on goal. Taylor's found the back of the net. USF's was stopped. Alberghetti to Sulaco. And now Sulaco will give it off to Gallup on the left side with 5:05 to go before halftime tonight here in the first half. Hardy dancing with it, stopping, and moving again. Pass rolls all the way to Schlegel of USF in their attacking half. And now they'll pass it in deep and let Woodruff chase after it. Maloney beats him to it, and to watch this one roll across the end line and allow Luke Williams to have another corner tonight. Condor back to Franco for St. Francis. And then to Colantonio on the right side of the field. Maloney maneuvering with it. Into the box. This one goes to the keeper, Williams. And he right foots one up towards Grayson Harris, who tries to head it along. It's a Vanderkolk, and he does. And now here's a one into space to Owen Hardy. Hardy hits the brakes hard, now back to the end line, trying to center with a left foot. That one kicked away as Adam Siegelin was crashing in towards the middle of the box. Kicked away before he could do anything with it. .325 remaining here in half number 1. Bagario forward, Sulaco into the air. This one goes off of Rader's back for Taylor. Quick triangle passing. Rader down to Alberghetti as Taylor retains possession. Gallup hugged around the midsection, and a foul comes. Fourth foul against St. Francis tonight. The guilty party is Alec Sanderson. Sulaco, long pass forward to Harris. Then back to Johnson on the near side of the field. Taylor going from left to right and white. They lead 1-0 here over USF tonight. A long one from Sulaco. Vanderkolk tried to head it on. Franco has kept Taylor from getting some good runs here tonight on this near side of the field. Johnson keeps it in. Schlegel of St. Francis saying that ball went out of bounds, but Taylor keeps the possession. Two minutes remaining here in half number 1. Taylor on top 1-0 over St. Francis. came in with 5 points, just one ahead of Taylor. They're in a two-way tie for 6th with Mount Vernon Nazarene. The Trojans in a three-way tie for 8th with Goshen, a team they've already played this year, and Indiana Wesleyan, a team that they play Wednesday night. Vanderkolk back to Johnson. Up the field near side to Grayson Harris, tracking it. He'll keep this one in, trying to get the inside position on Franco. Harris charging from the end line. This one was centering. Ball diving and getting it is the keeper, Kahn, for St. Francis, as Hardy tried to come in from the weak side for Taylor. Vanderkolk trying to take this one away from the dribbling Martinez.
There's 1 minute remaining.
Rader takes it away from Schlegel. Rader falls down. Taylor's students look for a foul with less than a minute to go here in half number 1. Pass to the top of the box. Kicked away. Salako will watch this one sail wide of the goal. As Luke Williams, the Taylor keeper, took a risk and able to get the ball around him was Woodruff, but that one sailed wide right of the go, and Salako, though, was right on top of it. It looked like it was going to go into the goal. He could have kicked it away. Instead, it was wide right of the frame, and Taylor will try to burn as much of the final 30 seconds of this first half clock off as possible. Sanderson into the air for USF. Maloney sends it right back into the sky. Alberghetti jumps for it. He's shoved to the turf. And the foul comes against USF. Countdown time is on.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And Taylor will go into the halftime break thanks to Jeremiah Rader's goal, up 1-0 after scoring 32 seconds into tonight's contest. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have this evening's halftime performance by the TU Palms team here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Let's hear it for the TU.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes. Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart? Well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners listen to.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
So an own goal by St. Francis 32 seconds in has given Taylor a 1-0 lead as we start the second half of play. The Trojans in desperate need of these 3 points because with a win tonight, as we've mentioned a couple different times, they have an opportunity to potentially move up all the way to 4th place in the league standings. If some other games broke the way that they needed to. Two teams have switched sides as Taylor goes from right to left and white. Maloney now on the near side of the field. He passes one up to Josiah Whelan. This one sent up into the seats for a souvenir for somebody for the time being. And the young fan down below us gets a rousing ovation from those sitting around him. Maloney steps away from trouble. Will pass all the way to the backside, trying to loop it in and find Gilliam. It was headed away by St. Francis, and that sets up another corner here for the Trojans tonight. Their first one here of the second half. It'll be their second one here overall. 6 shots aside in that first half, each team with a shot on goal. Taylor's found the back of the net. USF's was stopped. Same starters that started the game for TU. The only difference is Josiah Whelan has gone and put on a long sleeve shirt when he went back into the locker room. James McBride will left foot this one in from the far corner. Gallup got his head on it, and that one sails over the crossbar as Gallup, with that beautiful blonde hair, out-jumped everybody and almost put it into the back of the net. Johnson able to stop the speedy path of Graham Denny, who throws it in front of the Taylor students that are across from us tonight. The TU cheering section, cheering block in black. They were in white on Wednesday night, and a foul called here against St. Francis, their 6th one of the evening and first one here of the second half. Maloney left or right foots one to the near side. McBride trying to get fancy with it. Just shoved down on the near side, still keeps the ball at his feet. Maloney pirouettes away from trouble, and it's knocked out away by Trent Taylor of St. Francis. Maloney throws it in. Raider back to him. Try to get it in there. Poked away by the pressure from behind by Trent Taylor again. This one all the way to the near side of the field. Outrunning it is Taylor. Gallup marks him back to the top. 1 foot or 1 touch. And a lot of backspin on that shot. Keeps the ball in towards the near side. Gallup getting physical. Little curler. Williams comes out and snags it on the left-footed shot by Nate Condor. St. Francis just 3-4-1 on the road this year. The Trojans just 2-5 here at home. Whelan running in, but he was tangled up and could not get to the ball in time. Bagario to the middle, now to the far side, and Franco. Franco racing away. Pass knocked down by Taylor. Will pass up top, and Lynn will send that away for TU. Packed house here tonight, here in the stands at Turner Stadium. Last athletic contest of homecoming weekend. Normally we have volleyball this weekend, but the Trojans were on the road. They went 2-0 today. Williams into the air, and he snags the crossing pass. The punt from Williams soars amongst the lights. Whelan wanted to get inside position, headed straight into the air by Schlegel, his number 2 wearing counterpart. Maloney holds it. Pass into space. Alberghetti back in the defensive half. His right foot collides on the ball with Bucaram, and Alberghetti comes away with the ball. Taylor will send it all the way to the far side, and Cole Gilliam. Johnson's pass slips away from Josiah Whelan. He tries to come in from behind, and then USF right before Whelan could get to it. Plays it back into Kahn. Gilliam collided with Franco on the far side. Franco down and gets back up to his feet. Schlegel dribbling with it, and now they work it down to Elmar Martinez. Schlegel retreats and back into the box. This one goes to the keeper, Kahn. St. Francis sending it to the near side of the field. This one headed in, and Maloney will send it back up the near sideline. Just about 6 minutes in. Sulaco takes it away for TU. Down to Josiah Whelan. Tried to find McBride. It was intercepted by Schlegel. He's able to hold it in front of the Taylor bench down below us, and now St. Francis will send it to the far side of the field, and Juan Franco. In the middle, Vigario. All the way to the near sideline, and Condor will chase it down. Condor eludes McBride. Is past the middle. One touched in, easily intercepted by Taylor's Alberghetti. Two defenders on the back of Gilliam. As he carries it down the far sideline. Johnson will send it back up and into the stands. That one goes. It's caught by the Taylor students across from us. Vigario all the way through midfield. Now looks to go back to his left. Instead dishes off to the center and Martinez. Maloney jumps into the air, heads it down into space, and now here comes the speedy James McBride for TU. Stopping, starting again, stopping. To Whelan, a little one-touch back to McBride, who has to stop to come and get it. McBride to Lynn, who had some chances there in the first half, and some looks from his teammates. Johnson into the box. Whelan was tracking it. This one wide of the near side post. An easy snag there for Braden Kahn, the keeper for USF. Gallup a header, up to Rader, and then sent back into the defensive half by Schlegel of St. Francis. USF holding it in. This bounces into space. Gallup, left-footed away. Vigario down to Martinez. His pass to the middle, headed along. Sulaco cuts it off for Taylor. Schlegel will pop it into the air.
Hey, where's the car?
And Sulaco will be whistled for the foul. Third foul against Taylor tonight. That's the first foul against TU here in the second half. Into the box, this one goes. Gallup will head it out to the near side. And McBride will right foot one forward. And now here comes Josiah Whelan with some speed. Franco comes in from the middle. Whelan stops, hits the brakes, trying to get around Franco, cutting him off. The two-hand fight on the near side. Whelan slips. Franco taken down by Josiah. And it rolls out of bounds. We'll see if they call the foul against Josiah Whelan of Taylor. Good hustle there by Franco to come all the way in from the middle of the field. And it is a foul against the Taylor forward. Fourth one of the night against the home side. Past the far sideline. USF trying to hold it in. They cannot. A couple jumping tries there for the Cougars. It goes out, and Andrew Johnson of Taylor will throw it in with 35 minutes and counting here to go in the second half. And Taylor leading 1-0 after the own goal scored by St. Francis 32 seconds in. Across the end line, this one goes, and it's a goal kick for TU. Ball deflected around near midfield. Alberghetti steps in and smashes one over to McBride. He's got Whelan cutting in front, trying to find the space. Tried to play it back to middle, but there was help waiting there for the USF defense. And now Vigario will dribble forward. Sulaco with the tackle. And Charbel whistled for the foul as he took down Bukaram. Free kick in. Headed away by Johnson. Right down to Whelan for Taylor. Into space, and here comes McBride with just artificial green in front of him. Whelan in the middle. McBride trying to find him. A nice pass up to Josiah Whelan. Trying to get away from Franco. He got him in the way of Whelan's feet. And then Whelan couldn't curl it back in. An expertly placed pass there by the young fellow McBride. And a better defense there by Franco to usher Whelan off of his path. Franco came all the way from the opposite side of the field, that outer back spot, the left back position, and came all the way to the near side of the field to slow down the speedy Josiah Whelan. Schlegel moving, measuring, passing. A long one into the box. Williams calls everybody off, and the Taylor keeper's there for a snag. This one deflected towards Gilliam in the far sideline. He watches it roll out, and he'll throw it in for Taylor. Raider holds his hands in the air. That means Johnson will jog in from the back, and he will throw this one in for Taylor on the far sideline. They attack the goal to our left. Just about 32 minutes remaining here in regulation time. Taylor on top 1-0. Thrown in by Johnson. Gilliam trying to head it on in the box from the right side. Still loose. This one deflected back to the near side as that clearance by USF was blocked. Schlegel up the near side. Condor trying to work it along. This pass into open space stolen by Alberghetti of Taylor. Maloney tried to slice it on through to Raider, taken away, and then it's deflected by Lynn, back down to Raider for Taylor. Now the Trojans set up shop in the defensive half with the conductor Andrew Johnson orchestrating things. Williams in the box, kicks it forward. Lynn knocks it down into space, trying to knife his way in, cut off by Vigario. Vigario to Sanderson. Got right away, long shot, blocked, and down to the near side across the end line. Was it deflected by Taylor? It was. Second corner for USF tonight. Comes as we approach 31 minutes remaining in regulation, and the Cougars down 1-0 to TU, with Holwarda ready to come back in for the Trojans on the pitch. Can't see the number of who will play it in here on the near side for USF. He'll be a lefty. Right hand into the air, left foot into the ball, an in-swinger. Headed around, back out to the near side. Out, hits once on the field of play, out across the end line. It goes off of St. Francis, and Taylor will throw it in, or have a goal kick, excuse me.
Taylor, number 10, Luke Holwarda.
Luke Holwarda in for TU, replaces Cole Gilliam. Lynn, a good header. Wheeland on. Now McBride got clipped. And if McBride just continues to run maybe just a little bit longer, he might have gone one-on-one with Kahn. But also part of his hip got clipped as he was running after that ball got headed around twice perfectly by Taylor off the goal kick from Williams. Alberghetti trying to come out of the scrum. A USF player in a seated position across from us now gets back to his feet. Looks like it's number 9, Juan Bucaram. Schlegel heads it back to the far side of the field. Holwarda pops it into the air. Raider will tap it back down to him, and Holwarda will send it back to Jeremiah Raider. Raider to the near sideline. That one will hook a little bit and carry Maloney forward. He now works back to the middle to his right. Into space near side to James McBride. Guarded by, or defended, marked by Schlegel. McBride fakes to his left, passes back up the near sideline to Maloney. Curling it into the box, headed into the air, trying to get his wheel, and it's punched down, tackled from behind by Kahn, the keeper. Holwarda still trying to move it in. He's taken down to the turf, gets back up, and now USF comes out of that melee with the ball on the far side of the field. And now Bucaram tried to play that loose ball, now slow to get back to his feet, still laboring heavily. One touch to the far sideline by Raider, behind Holwarda and out and back to USF. Jacob Woodruff
Francis, number 12,
comes in for USF. Paul Eganoff comes in for TU.
Paul Eganoff.
And a good teammate is Owen Hardy down on the near side. He doesn't need his long, wintry gold jacket. He gives it off to his injured teammate tonight. That's Paul McBride. He's struggling a little bit to put that jacket on. Now he's good, and now he'll be warm and toasty. Less than 28 minutes remaining here in half number 2. Taylor on top 1-0 after the own goal by St. Francis in the 32 seconds in. 8 shots to 7 in favor of USF. Now here comes the senior, Paul Eganoff, carrying on the right side of the box, wanting to center it back to Holwarda. Played it too far, too softly in front of Holwarda, and it's taken away and sent out of there by the St. Francis defense. Back heel kick down by USF. They set up something at the top of the box. Maneuvering in, still dancing. Back to the trailer. Shot up and high and wide and over everything by Elmar Martinez. And Clay Vanderkolk will come back in off the Taylor bench along with Owen Hardy. Raider tackle near midfield. The TU students across from us looking for a foul. Then just diving on the ball is the St. Francis player near midfield. That was number 19, Alec Sanderson. Play continues with the USF in the possession. As night has taken hold here in Upland, Indiana. Colantonio. Big right-footed pass. And Gallup will knock it down. It looked like he got a scrape on his right arm. Has some black tape to cover up the scrape and to prevent it from bleeding any further. High arcing pass, right sideline by Taylor, will bounce out of bounds. Hardy and Vanderkolk shaking their legs and arms, trying to stay warm. That's Colantonio here in the middle. Schlegel's pass, deflected. Raider with a knee on it. Fighting for position with Martinez, who wins it as he moved Raider out of the way. Long pass near side. Gallup will throw that big right foot in there and sent out to the near side. A USF throw in near sideline. Martinez. Back, and this one goes out of play. Unable to play cleanly is Vigario. But USF able to hold it in here near midfield. Little touch into space. Long range shot. Williams dives, and that one goes wide right of the goal, and an absolute rocket from the middle of the field by Alex Sanderson. He comes in as USF's leading goal scorer. He, Tito Quellar, and Ethan Vigar are the only ones who have scored more than one goal this year. And they'll say that one either got touched by one of the Taylor defenders or one Luke Williams. And here's a corner near side for USF. In swinger, Williams snags it in traffic as he climbs the hypothetical ladder. Raider tried to go between the legs of Colantonio. It went off of the big man's knees and stays here with USF. And it goes off of Raider, and USF will still gather here in the attacking half. James McBride accelerating to the middle. Stopped and plays it back in Jeremiah Raider's vicinity. Pass into space taken away by Denny. But he dribbles too hard, and Salaka will push it to the far side, and Andrew Johnson. Eganoff trying to slalom through defenders. Canati slips. They call Paul for the foul as he collided with Taylor Trent. 23 minutes and counting here in half number 2. Taylor on top 1-0 on the own goal by USF. Now it looks like Wheeland will join the fun as well at the next opportunity with Hardy and Vanderkolk. Free kick left side of the field. This one into the box. Popped into the air. Still near the top of the box. Held in by St. Francis. Gallup comes out of there. Still trying to keep it in. USF with the ball at their feet. Schlegel trying to pop it into the 18. A bicycle out of there as Alberghetti's. And then Holwarda will dunk it down into space. Too far for Eganoff to get to. And Johnson will give it off to Salaka, who drives it forward for the Trojans. Martinez dribbling forward for St. Francis. To Franco. That one too hard. It rolls out of play. The 3 Taylor players come in. Hardy, Vanderkolk, Whelan. They replace Lynn, Holwerda, and McBride. .35 remaining here in half number 2. Michael McClellan makes his way back to the midfield stripe. First time we'll see 30 in blue and black here in the second half for St. Francis. Pass comes to the near side for USF. 2 Taylor defenders are there. Cross is blocked by Maloney. And it goes out to the near sideline. Actually goes off of St. Francis. Nate Condor, the man trying to cross it, is who it goes off of. Maloney up to the near sideline. Schlegel skies it, and it lands out, and Taylor will throw it in from the near sideline with Maloney. Off the head of Vanderkolk, but then off of the chest of Martinez, and again Taylor will move forward. Maloney will be the one to throw it in near the midfield stripe. Into Hardy. Eganov's back was to the pass when it came to him, and so USF will set things up with Franco on the left side of the field. They go from left to right in blue and black. Down by 1, almost 20 minutes remaining here in half number 2. Taylor with a win tonight would surpass St. Francis in the standings and put themselves at least, at worst, into the playoff picture, or actually in a qualifying position for the Crossroads League tournament. The top 8 teams make it out of the 10-team league. Taylor came in with just 1 point when play started Wednesday night. They beat Marion late in double overtime thanks to Jeremiah Rader's kick. One touch on. Williams is there for a stop as Woodruff redirected it on right to the chest of Luke Williams. His 3rd save of the night, his best one so far. And now Hardy up the near sideline for TU. Racing Whelan in front. Now Hardy hits the brakes and will dink it up to Whelan. Trying to put it back in space. Schlegel intercepts on the pass. This one goes through the legs of Colantonio, easily snared and controlled by Kahn, the keeper for USF. And Hardy whistled for the foul as his foot collided with Elmar Martinez. And now time will be stopped, 18:51.
Do your job!
18:51 remaining here in this second half. Taylor on top 1-0. Salako trying to clear, deflected and held in by Woodruff. This ball sent into the box. Williams will hustle after and he'll snag it. Good job by Salako to give him a path to go after that ball. Vanderkolk heading it down to Wheeler. This one goes off the hand, and it does. A handball against TU with 18:15 and counting here in the second half. Johnson touching to Eganoff. Right foot one all the way past everybody. This one rolls into the box, and Braden Kahn will stop it for St. Francis. And this one goes out of bounds. Subs come in. James McBride back in for Taylor. Grayson Harris back in as well. And we get to see Michael McClellan for the first time for USF. Eganoff and Hardy exit for the Trojans. And Graham Denny checks off for St. Francis. Whelan back in. Deflected down to the feet of Harris on the right sideline. And a foul called against Taylor to the displeasure of the Taylor students across from us. Not happy with the call of those students dressed in black tonight. 16:45 to go here in half number 2. Taylor on top 1-0. With Holwarda ready to come back in for the Trojans at the next opportunity. Schlegel to the far side. This one volleys into the box. Gallup puts that head down and gets it down to Rader, who skies it back near midfield. Little bounce down. Vanderkolk a volley. Now he'll try to run with it. Path cut off. Still trying to muscle his way through, but the bigger player in Colantonio muscles his way in and keeps Vanderkolk's path from being clean.
Number 10, Luke Holwarda.
Luke Holwarda back in for TU. He will take the spot of whom? Josiah Whelan. So Taylor will throw it in with less than 16 minutes remaining here in half number 2 on top 1-0. In a much-needed contest, they come into tonight's game tied for 8th place in the league standings with 2 other teams, a team they've already played in Goshen and Indiana Wesleyan, who will be here Wednesday. Deflector on Lynn, off the volley, and a diving stop by Kahn to his right. Great stop there by Kahn. And our game remains 1-0 as Lynn took a shot and almost was able to put Taylor on top by 2. His first shot of the night, second one of the season. McBride tried to spin away. USF able to hold it in. Trent Taylor to the middle. And Rader to the near side. McBride will chest it down into space. Now move back to his right and pass it back that way as well. Maloney all the way up near side. Vanderkolk sprinting his heart out trying to get to it first. And it's played softly around him by Colantonio. Franco left side, dribbling forward. Rader getting physical in the middle of the field, trying to win the ball back for TU. And falling down is Alex Sanderson. USF down below us looking for a foul that will not come. A physical match tonight. USF called for 6 fouls. The Trojans called for 9. And I'm sure there are a couple other calls out there tonight that both teams would like the whistle to have been blown on a couple times as well. 14:15 remaining in regulation. Juan Alberghetti ready to come back in at the next chance. TU leading 1-0 after the own goal by St. Francis, 32 seconds into tonight's match. Peyton Smalley carrying forward. Back to space near sideline. Condor, marked by Maloney. Centering ball that will sail over the back of the net and out of play. Goal kick upcoming for TU.
Now in for Taylor, number 5, Juan Alberghetti.
So Juan Alberghetti back in for Taylor, replacing the freshman Clay Vanderkolk. 13 and a half minutes remaining in regulation as the Trojans try to sweep the week here today. Raider leaping into the air. Then Salako called for the foul for making contact as he tried to clear that ball away. So a good set piece try upcoming here for St. Francis. They'll have the ball on the left side of the field, about 28 yards away from the goal mouth, with less than 13 minutes remaining here in this second half. And USF trying to avoid falling behind Taylor in the league standings. Franco and McClellan stand over the ball. If McClellan takes it, it'll be at the right foot. He does. This one gets on through and bounces wide left of the goal. Williams dove for it and missed the far side post. McClellan misses left. And we remain a 1-0 Taylor lead with less than 12 and a half minutes to go here in the regulation time. Ball bouncing around near midfield after the goal kick. Andrew Johnson steps in front of the ball and now will dish off to Lynn. Sidesteps the defender as he crosses midfield into space on the far side, and Luke Holwarda. Holwarda hits the brakes, trying to get back going, lost the ball momentarily, and coming in on the help defense is Colantonio. Johnson back into the fray. Here comes Grayson Harris, and then smothering the ball up is Kahn. It ricocheted away from him, but no one in white was there to pounce on the loose ball. As Harris shot out of a cannon in the middle of the field, almost got to go one-on-one with Kahn, but a nice sliding stop there from the USF keeper. Colantonio deep to the left side of the field. Johnson gets his head on and plays it back up. McClellan knocks it down for USF. He dances on the left side of the box, trying to get to the end line and cross. A slide from Andrew Johnson prevents the cross and keeps the ball in. And then Johnson, for good measure, gets back to his feet and plays it over to Holwarda. And then Raider will smash it up the far sideline. Jumping and chesting it down is Franco for USF. And now he will dribble in, and his pass taken away by Peterlin of TU. Holwarda to Harris. Stopping and starting up the far sideline, too far for the sprinting Holwarda of Taylor. Raider back to Salako. Holwarda far sideline. And now he gives Harris a try on the right sideline. Harris carrying in, McBride hanging back. Harris trying to center it up the right side. McBride will be the first one to it. Tried to roll over that left shoulder, slipped on it. Now a pass back to Holwarda. He'll dribble to the middle of the field, trying to turn the corner. Holwarda's left-footed shot is blocked. This one ricochets all the way back towards that far sideline, and USF will play it up near midfield. Alberghetti jumping in, trying to slow down the speedy Sanderson. Slips and plays it into the box. A one-hop is stopped by Taylor's keeper, Luke Williams. .9:38 remaining here in half number 2. And now Holwarda on the right side. Trying to pop it through to Raider. Deflected away once again by Schlegel of USF. He's played really well tonight on that back line for the Cougars along with Colantonio. Every time it looks like Taylor might have a little slip, a little space to create something offensively, it's either 14 Colantonio or 2 Schlegel stepping in and nullifying that. And the guy who has the ball at his feet right now, Franco, has also had a big reason why Taylor has only had the 1 goal tonight, and it came off the foot of a USF player those 32 seconds in. Less than 9 to go here in the second half. And Clay Vanderkolk will come back in along with Cole Gilliam at the next chance for the Trojans. Franco left side, passing all the way back up top, Peyton Smollett. Now Cole Antonio. This one in. Johnson heads away near the top of the box. USF will still hold it in here in the attacking half as they attack the goal to our right. A tackle. Olwerda got his foot on it, back into space. Too softly for Raider to get to by Grayson Harris, and USF continues to control. Franco left foots one into the box. Gallup will deflect it out of there. And Schlegel throws that left arm in the air. They're going to say it hit him on the pectoral muscle as Taylor looked for a handball that will not come. Fagario to the top of the box. Sulaco leaps into the air, and Raider will work it on forward with the back of his head. Harris will hip it on down. Little pass in the space hole. Warda fakes his man out, and now he's got some open area to work with on the right side. He'll try to get through a tackle of Franco, but a good tackle there by 4 in blue and black. Here comes USF setting up things in the defensive half. They go from left to right, down by 1. They've outshot Taylor tonight 11-9, 3-2 in shots on goal. Alberghetti with pressure from behind into space. McBride in the dead sprint. Tried to keep it from rolling out of bounds, and then he lost his footing, and the ball took one more revolution and rolled out. Less than 7 to go here in the second half. Something happening here for USF. Top of the box, they trail by 1. Rotating away was Trent Taylor, and it's stolen by Alberghetti of Taylor University. This one, a nice one from Maloney. There's Cole Antonio. He pushes Harris down from behind, and the foul comes. A late whistle, and now a flag will come. And this sends the Taylor fans down below us, and particularly the students across from us, into resounding applause. And a yellow card has come out here against Julian Colantonio. He took Harris down on the near side of the field. It was 6:25 to go in the second half. A free kick opportunity here for Taylor. Same 2 guys that helped win the game on Wednesday in that indirect free kick for TU. Maloney tapped it over to Raider. They were probably, let's ballpark it. 5, 10, 15. Doing math on the air is always fun. Let's call it 5, 10, 11. Maloney runs over it. Raider, right foot, in-swinger, near side, and a nice two-handed save by Braden Kahn. Raider, a great curler from right to left on the near side of the field, and Kahn up to the challenge again with his 3rd save. It remains 1-0 TU with 6:10 to go here in the second half. The Trojans trying to go perfect on the week and pick up a much-needed 6 points and go from out of the tournament picture to squarely in the hunt for potentially a top 4 seed. Harris trying to move to his right near sideline, slips and gets the pass off to McBride. Only defenders in, now McBride slicing through defenders, trying to carry in a touched pass to Lynn, too far behind Lynn as he got it, the ball tangled up between his feet. As we approach 5.5 minutes to go here in the second half, Taylor turning up the offensive intensity. It goes out off of St. Francis. Sulaco knew he couldn't get as physical as he normally might, with the eyes kind of on him as he's been whistled for a couple of fouls tonight. Grayson Harris out, Peter Lynn out, Vanderkolk and Gilliam come back in to replace them. Andrew Johnson to throw it in. USF deflects it back to the middle. And Schlegel will carry up the near side with 5 minutes exactly remaining here in the second half. Gallup will head it down on the long pass by USF. The Cougars played back up the near side, and Vanderkolk will thank them for that as he plays it up the near side to his classmate McBride. McBride back to Vanderkolk, a little touchdown, and then Maloney will drive it forward left foot. Gilliam heads it on. He's onside, trying to beat Colantonio to it, but the big fella able to play it off to the keeper, Kahn. Colantonio's been spectacular tonight for St. Francis on this back line. .6'3", 180 out of Ontario, can run like a deer. He is a very strong center back for the USF defense tonight. Salako, the center back on the other side, will kick this out of play far side. As we approach 4 minutes remaining here in the second half. USF has outshot Taylor 11-10 tonight, but the difference right now came 32 seconds into the contest tonight when Taylor was threatening with Jeremiah Rader, and the ball was kicked into the back of the net by one of the USF defenders. Throwing comes to Gilliam in traffic. The ball deflected by one of the defenders right down to his feet. Now he's going to go try and set up shop in that far side corner. He loses it across the end line, pleading for a call in his favor that will not come from our official on the far sideline. 3:25 and counting, second half. A left foot from Braden Kahn restarts the play for USF. Crashing in is Vanderkolk, steals it, and now it's just he and McBride running forward. Near sideline, Vanderkolk. Left foot's one to the trailer, tried to find Gilliam in the middle, intercepted by Vigario as the pass was sent right to him. This one comes to the near side. It will land at the beginning of the Taylor bench. And Maloney will slowly walk around it, trying to bleed as much precious time off the second half clock as possible, as we are below 3 minutes to go here in regulation. Into McBride, goes off of his shoulder blades to Gilliam. Back to the middle, and now Rader will hold it in on the near sideline. Rader jostled from behind, taken down, and a foul comes against USF. The keeper, Braden Kahn, hopping mad. With 2:30 remaining here in half number 2. The two-man wall of USF moved back to the appropriate distance. They stand almost right on the left side, the near side box line. Raiders left hand to the air, right foot in. Leaping is Gilliam off the forehead and wide right. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. A quick restart here from Kahn, the keeper. 1-0 the Taylor lead as they try to go perfect here on the week so far and go from 10th in the league to square in the playoff tournament hunt. Turnover in the middle. There's Rader. He works in the middle. Rader try to give it on back. There's a long range shot near side, just missing the near side post as Rader almost dialed one up from long distance. .90 seconds left in regulation. Colantonio will pounce on the pass that he thought someone was behind him. Here comes USF racing up the far sideline. Franco will play it back to Vigario. 1:15 and counting in half number 2. Taylor trying to get the ball back. Alberghetti was trying to get his foot on it. Turning and racing up the far sideline is Sanderson. It's turned over and stolen by Taylor's Clay Vanderkolk. Right sideline, staying onside was Gilliam. No, he was not. And 1 minute remaining here in half number 2. Kahn sprints forward. He'll set the ball right where the offside was called. And here comes USF trying to set something up, looking for an equalizing tally with 53 seconds. They send it in. Gallup will head it away. Rader gets his shoulder on it. And McBride will step on through. A little back heel kick to Jeremiah Rader. He'll just play it into space here on the near side. This one will roll all the way to the near sideline, deep in the defensive half with 35 seconds remaining. But then a USF player down on the far side of the field. I did not see what happened on that play. The ball was all in the backside, and the clock stopped on the far sideline with 34 3/10 of a second remaining here in the second half. And now Colantonio, the USF player, having words for Taylor's Cole Gilliam. The athletic training staff makes their way onto the field. Being helped to his feet is Ethan Vigario, one of the midfielders for USF. And it will be a throw-in on the near side here for St. Francis. And so Vigario looks to be is walking with a noticeable limp, but he is walking off under his own power, which is the best thing you can see in that situation. Schlegel will throw it in on the near sideline for St. Francis. They trail by 1 with 34 3/10 of a second remaining here in regulation. They throw it into Kahn. Clock starts, now down to 30 seconds. Off of Vanderkolk's head, back up the near sideline. Maloney trying to clear, and Vanderkolk called for the foul. McBride collides on the near sideline. USF's coach is irate down below us as Schlegel goes spilling down the near sideline. They're wasting precious time, now down to 13 seconds. Into the box, this one goes. Gallup heads it straight into the air. Cocked down to 10. Out to the far sideline, there's Gilliam. He'll drive this one to the other end of the field with 3 seconds left. And Kahn will send it into the night sky. And the Trojans, who came into the week in 10th place in the Crossroads League, defeat Marion on Wednesday. They defeat St. Francis tonight by a final of 1-0. And now have a big 7 points in the Crossroads League standings. Never being out of the tournament picture, they have put themselves squarely in to the tournament outlook as we get ready to close the season here in the last few weeks. An own goal for St. Francis, the difference tonight, 32 seconds in. And Taylor improves to 2-3-1 in the league standings. They win tonight over USF 1-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will talk to you next time.